Hola. How is everybody today? Tuesday here, just after 1 o'clock. I'm a day early. I usually do these videos on Wednesday, but truth be told, it's Thanksgiving week, and Wednesday is going to be quite a busy day for me because I'll be house cleaning and picking up the meal and doing all of those things. So, coming to you a day early. Hey, so let's talk about a couple things here. We're going to look at the Ventura County real estate update like we do every week, but today I'm going to focus in on some mortgage rate information. Seems to be the talk of the town. Everybody is always asking me of late, all my clients, hey, Willie, what's happening with the rates? Where are they going? Blah, blah, blah. And I spend a lot of time explaining to people what moves rates. And we're going to go over that today via this video presentation. So if you have any questions, just pop them in and I'll try to answer them during the show here, if you will. And quite frankly, it won't be that long, hopefully. Try to keep it under 10 minutes or less, right? You're right. But I can always pick it up afterwards and get answers, okay? So as you can see where I'm starting right here, today I'm starting with what's happening with mortgage interest rates. Well, that's the question everybody wants to know. So let's look at a few things here. So today I want to talk about spread. So let's look at what Lawrence Yun says. He's the chief economist at National Association of Realtors. I love this guy. I follow him. He is smart. And, well, after all, he is an economist. So he says, as a return to a normal spread between the government borrowing rate and the home purchase borrowing rate will bring the 30-year mortgage rates down to around 6%. Well, that would be good, although we're heading in that direction right now, but it'd be nice to be there now, right? I find that to be interesting. And the thing on this slide that I want to point out that I think is most important is normal spread. Well, what normal spread are we talking about here? Let's take a peek. So for almost 50 years, the 30-year mortgage rate has moved in unison with the 10-year Treasury yield. And here's a chart showing you that. This goes all the way back to 1972. So the 10-year Treasury yield is in the blue and the 30-year fixed mortgage rate, well, it's in the green. And true enough, they're moving right there in unison. The thing that I want to highlight here, or I have highlighted here, average spread 1.7. Okay. By the way, I get all this stuff from Keeping Current Matters, and this sourced by Freddie Mac. So average spread 1.7 between the 10-year Treasury and the mortgage interest rate for 30-year. Okay. Keep that one in mind. Let's scoot down right here. This is intriguing to me. So then why are mortgage rates not 5.5%? Good question, right? All right, well, let's look at some history. From 2000, slide on the left here, or the red square on the left, from 2000 to 2021, mortgage rate average 5.28%, 10-year Treasury yield average 3.49%, spread average 1.79%. Skip the middle one for a second and flip over to today, the one on the far right. Today, if there was a normal spread, Treasury yield at 3.7%, add the normal spread, mortgage rate 5.49%. Willie, then why aren't they 5.49%? Well, look at the middle square. That is what's going on today with concerns to the spread. Now, there are different opinions on why the spread is so different and so much higher than it has been historically. Some say, well, it's the volatility of the market. Others say it's because lenders, well, they know that these higher interest rate loans are probably going to be refinanced out of pretty short term. And I tend to agree with that, although I'm not an expert. But it does make some sense to me. Okay, so that's my take on this average spread and how the 10-year yield works with mortgage rates and why isn't it consistent today as it has been in the last 20 years. Here's a quick graph on the 10-year Treasury yield showing, well, of course, the red arrow is on its way up. And you can see back in, December 2021, the 10-year Treasury was under 1.5%. So if you add the 1.8, I'll round the 1.79 to 1.8, from 1.5, you've got a 3.3% mortgage rate. So we enjoyed that for quite some time through 2021 and parts of 2020. In fact, we even saw some sub-3 rates. But you could see what's happening now where these lines are just moving up and up and up. and all the way up to, as you can see, October 24, 4.25%. That's when we hit our peak. So that's when our peak mortgage rates hit as well, over 7%. Now we've pulled back a little bit. And the reason we've pulled back a little bit, or we've reduced a little bit, is because we had some pretty good news last week showing inflation dropped. And it surely isn't close to where they want to see it, but it was a positive move. I believe we still have a long way to go. But there you go. With that said, I think we're going in the right direction. Now, let me go back to this one more time, just to make sure that everybody's got a good definition here. So 10-year Treasury and the 30-year mortgage rate move in unison for the last 50 plus years, and the average spread between the two is 1.79% for the last 21 years. On the left, 2000 to 2021, average mortgage rate 5.28%. That's the yield on the bottom in blue plus the spread in gold. Go all the way to the right, 3.7% today, Treasury yield. If we had the average spread of 1.79, today's rates would be 5.49, but they're not in the middle. They're up in the mid to high sixes right now. Well, as of a couple of days ago, 6.61%. The reason is this guy right here. The spread is much larger. All right. I hope that explains everything. Okay, so mortgage rates, they will come down. It's just a matter of time. Well, surely that's true. If you look at a 100-year chart of mortgage rates, it'll definitely prove that. I like this from Allie Wolf. She is the chief economist at Zonda. The housing market is expected to face continued uncertainty heading into 2023 as consumers, financial markets, and policymakers work through their respective challenges in today's economy. Well, that sums it up. We, the consumers, and the financial markets and the policymakers, i.e. the feds, people trying to get this inflation under control, we all have our respective challenges, okay? I agree as a consumer. Been to the grocery store lately? Oh my goodness. Check it out, Barry Habib, MBS Highway. This guy's pretty smart. I think he's a little overzealous in this, but he's pretty smart. Because we see a slowdown and we see the inflation comparisons start to become more and more favorable, you'll start to see that inflation number move lower, 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 lower. And as a result, mortgage rates should move similarly on a downward trajectory, probably giving us around 5%, below 5% within the next 6 months. From your lips to God's ears. I don't see it getting that low that fast, but I do see it getting there in 2023. We'll see. We'll just have to see what happens with the Fed's policy, how much they move those short-term lending rates up in December. My guess, 0.5 point. They're still going to chase that inflation down. Remember now, they want to see 2% inflation. We're over 7% right now. So we got a hill to climb, or it was a hill to decline. All right. Bill McBride, he's a founder of Calculated Risk. My current view is inflation will ease quicker than the Fed currently expects. I hope he's right too. So between him and Barry Habib, we should be in good shape in no time. All right. That's all the stuff I had for you today on mortgage rates. Let me pop down here. Let's look at the market update. Ventura County, once again, Altos Media, the most up-to-date information out there, courtesy of Brenda over at Consumers Title. This is Ventura County, single-family residence. This is very similar to last week. The numbers are like almost identical to last week. Why? Well, because the market is in a little bit of a stagnant state right now. Why is it in a stagnant state? Well, it's the holiday season. People still have that uncertainty, and it's just moving slower than a normal balanced market would move. So that means the numbers are moving slower. But if we look at the numbers like the average median list price, right? It was about that last week at $975,000. Again, this is Ventura County on a whole. Let's look at price per square foot at $541. Average days on market still climbing. I think we were 87 last week. Now we're at 90, right? And price reductions dropping. Okay, key indicator right there to me that the price reductions are dropping. I'm going to key over here so I can look at something. So we were 45% in price reductions in September of 2022. So here we are now in November, right? About 2 months later, and we've dropped down to 40%. That's a good sign. to me. That shows that the market is stabilizing even more, and that folks that are bringing their properties to market are bringing them at the right price, prepared correctly, marketed correctly, and perhaps even listening to their real estate professional, which is always a good thing. So let's look at condos real quick, and then we'll wrap. I didn't pick two cities today because I knew I'd go over 10 minutes if I did, and I'm already over 10 minutes. So once again, we've got the median list price, $670,000. Average price per square foot, $464. Look at the drop there, right? From 2 weeks ago to today, price per square foot's dropped $12. It's pretty substantial, right? The average days on market still up there, 78. Median days on market, 49. Price decrease 40%, 1% less than the single family residences. Showing some good balanced stability in the market. Yay. Everybody wants that, right? All right, let me get over here and hit this little guy right here so you can see me for the last couple of seconds. The things I was really trying to drive home today is I believe that we're in this trough in the market right now. And when I say trough, we've been, okay, we did this for 2 years, right? Now we did this for, now we're heading into this trough. We're not way back down to where we started 2 years ago. We're in a trough. I think that's that balanced area, that leveling area of the real estate market that, well, I've been looking for, and I think most consumers have been looking for. Now, with the interest rates dropping recently because of the news that came out on inflation, now down into that 6.6 range, that shows some good stability and positive signs. We'll just have to see how we look going forward. I still think it's a great time to buy real estate, and I think it's a great time to sell real estate for multiple reasons on both sides. If you want to do one or the other, have that conversation with your professional, or you can DM me and I'd be happy to answer some questions. That's about it for today, and I ran 12 minutes. I'm getting better. I want to wish everybody out there a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday. I hope you enjoy some superior time with your friends and family, some great food. Throw a little football in there too. Be safe. See you soon.